Hello friends, welcome to this week's vlog, and hello and welcome to new friends. We are 3,000 strong now. I'm like, what are you guys all watching? Just like, wow, 3 people want to watch this? Okay. So I've been having a really great time today in the comment section. I am working from home today, it is Friday. And that gives me a little extra time because I can work on stuff on my lunch, and I get to cut out a little bit early today anyway, but I also don't have to drive home in an hour and a half's worth of traffic, so woo woo, getting extra stuff done today. Something came up in the comments, so I thought I would tell you all what that is. People don't understand what global reentry is because I said I was gonna go to costume college and on my way back do my interview for that. So it's a program that's hosted by I guess Homeland Security, and it makes you a known traveler. And that allows you to come through customs a lot easier. Like, your line is way shorter and they don't ask you as many questions, and they know that you travel, they've done a background check on you, they know you. It also gives you pre-check at the airport, so you get to go through that line where you don't have to take your shoes off and stuff like that. I travel a lot, just for fun. So I thought it would be cool to do the known traveler program, which would give me access to get out of the country easier through pre-check, and back in through customs much easier also. I think I still have to talk to a border security person, but it's super fast, and then I don't know that I have to go through customs check. I'm not sure. I'm not really totally sure what that does, but I know it makes it a lot easier and a lot faster, and the line is a lot shorter. So I'm doing that. I'm gonna travel to Europe twice before the year's over, and I travel all over the place, and my airport has pre-check, so even if I just travel within the United States, it gives me an advantage because I get pre-check. But pre-check is I want to say $75, and last 5 years. Global reentry is $100, includes pre-check, and lasts 5 years. So I'm like, why wouldn't I just pay $25 more and then have it be easier to get back in the country whenever I go out? And I go to Europe or out of the country at least once a year, because we go to England every other year for Thanksgiving. Next year we're going, because my husband's 50th birthday is happening, so we're going on a big trip to Europe then. I go to Canada to see my friend a lot. So anyway, all of this will be helpful. So that's what pre-check is, in case anyone wanted to know. This has nothing to do with sewing. So oh yeah, somebody asked me what my tattoos were. I don't know if I can show them all right now, but I can show this one. So this one is the solar system, and it has a compass in it because I've traveled to all 7 continents, including Antarctica. There's also a hidden Mickey in it, so that's what this one is. I am the sun in this solar system, so Mercury is down there at the very bottom, and the one closest to my hand is Pluto, because Pluto's still a planet, damn it. I also have Hogwarts as what they called a half sleeve, but it's not really, because it doesn't go all the way around or anything. When I can set up a tripod later in this video, I will definitely show you my Hogwarts tattoo. It was done by the same person, and it's in the same color scheme, and it's sketchy. Okay, let's talk about actual sewing stuff. Okay, this bodice has got to get done because costume college is next week, and I gotta have buttons to close this thing, so that's what's happening. The first thing that I'm gonna do though is pick out all these. You can't even see them with the backlighting. I did basting stitches and stay stitches and gathering stitches all in here, so I gotta pick all those out, and then I'm gonna go through, because I'm just on my lunch break right now, and stitch the armhole closed on the inside so that that is nice and neat in there, and then later I will come back today and sew all these buttons on. Buttons make me a little nervous because if you don't do them right, they make gaps in the front, and they make everything weird foldy, you know, if they're not set perfectly, they don't look right. I'm pretty good at doing it, so I'm not too worried about it, but it makes me a little which is why I leave it till last. Anyway, with that, this bodice will be done. Actually, it will be finished. Someone told me last week I was done. In this state, it is done, but it is not finished. There are things that I have to do. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that, and I'll let you know how that went when it's over. I also wanted to mention that I'm gonna trim down the seam allowance, so it's not so bulky. So this inside here in the arm, as I pull those out, and look at all these extra threads, there's all gonna come out. But someone mentioned to me in the comment section about what I could have done on the skirt trim was, and I'm gonna do it in there, is use pinking scissors, pinking shears. So I'm like, oh, you're a genius. Why didn't I think of that? So I have two kinds. I have a pointy kind and I have a rounded scalloped kind. I'm gonna use the pointy kind for this, but that'll help me get some bulk out of the sleeve arm size, so that I won't have so much stuff like sticking in my armpit. And it's been a long time, like 7 hours. So I sealed up, I graded the seams on the inside of the armhole, and then I sealed them up, like I sewed them, the lining to the lining, so that it does that. And then I spent like literally 4 hours putting these 21 buttons on because I'm so slow. Also, like I stopped to eat and, you know, rest and whatever in the middle of buttonhole putting down. But here's what it looks like with all the buttons buttoned. I can't obviously button it on the mannequin, so that's what happened. The pins came in the mail today, so I'll show you those in just a minute. I have to go downstairs and get them. But I got pins for here, like tie clip pins that are a smoking pipe and a deerstalker hat, so that these will stay down. I also thought that would just be cute. And with that, that's a wrap on Lady Watson like not being naked. So yay. All I have to do left is the hat, which I'm very stoked on. I think I need some stabilizer fabric so that I can stabilize this stuff right here, this fabric, Bernadette's fabric. I need stabilizer because I'm gonna make bias tape out of it, and that's gonna shred. So I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna give it a go. I also want to get smaller ribbon to do a hat band with like beading and pleating on it, and I got some feathers, some of which are coming in the mail, so I'm not gonna be able to. Oh well, I might not finish it before I go. I might have to. I'm like, I wonder if those are gonna come by then. Yeah, they should be here. But I have some feathers here that I can work with to make like a feather in my cap kind of situation. I don't know how that's gonna look. It's probably gonna be really funny because the hat is so tiny, and then I'm gonna have a giant feather sticking on the top of it, but it seems perfectly Victorian to me, so I'm gonna give it a go. And I'm gonna try to have ribbons like coming off the back of it. So we'll see how we go with hat making. I am sorry I didn't film all this today, but honestly it was really boring, and I was just sitting on my bed like churning out buttons and stuff. You all know how to sew on a button, so I don't feel like I robbed you dearly of anything. So we'll work on showing more stuff with the hat. You know, I was thinking about it, and I actually have this other hat I could wear, but I think I'm still gonna make the little bowler. But I have... Okay, so I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I do have that tiny bowler, which is really, really tiny. I also have this hat, which I got in an antique store, but I'm sure it's not an antique. I'm sure it's modern makes. It's got this trim on it and stuff. I mean, whatever, but and it is super cute, and it does look, sorry Mick Skull Pants, it does look cute with this outfit. So I don't know, I'm gonna work on the tiny bowler, and if I don't love the way that's turning out, because it's really tiny, then I might wear this hat instead. I'm not sure. I might also just bring both of them and let Bernadette pick or whatever. I'm not sure. So I will work on that tomorrow, the tiny hat, and see how it goes. Okay, I am feeling exhausted because I spent a bunch of today sewing, and my fingers hurt, and I spent a lot of it watching. I watched Sherlock, like the Benedict Cumberbatch show. I watched like the first two seasons, no, season 1 episode maybe, and then some of the Robert Downey Jr., the first one. So I'm gonna go finish that and watch it, and then I've got an early morning tomorrow because we have to get to like Boomerang Bay by like 11 or something, so we have an early morning for us. So I'm gonna go do that, and I feel successful with today. Oh, I get to cross it off my list. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I almost forgot. I'm so excited. Sorry. I I get really excited about this thing. Bodice, boop. Okay, so we have hat trim and that's it. And maybe not, depending on how that comes out. Hey guys, it's Saturday, and as predicted by me, I spent way too long doing stuff that wasn't sewing. That's okay. Watson's pretty much done. I just need to do her hat, and I could wear this other hat if I wanted to, so I'm feeling good about that. I am in here to do the hat though. I got some stuff. This place is a mess, so, and I have a whole bunch of stuff to tell you about because like things changed about my trip, and so I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it to 3,000 people on the internet. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's talk through some of the things that came. Okay, one, I got a new tripod. Woo woo, tripod. I was using my husband's old Menke tripod that was like, yeah, I don't know, it had sand in the legs and it wasn't awesome. Prime Day special, got a new tripod. Super excited about that guy. I will set that tripod up and show you my Harry Potter tattoo because that is what I needed. Also, are you gonna do the thing? Okay, so these are the tie tacks that I got. Here is the, what is this called? A deerstalker hat? Tie tack. Although this pin that's on the back of it is just enormous, so I have to get a smaller one. And then here is the pipe. So I'm gonna put that to like here. It's kind of big, but I don't really care. I think it's cute. I'm doing it anyway. I made a couple of extra buttons to bring with me in case something happens to one of these buttons, because when I was putting them on yesterday, one of them actually broke off like at the shank, like that Shanky McShank pants there actually physically broke off the metal loopy part from the metal flat part, as you can see right here. God, that zoomed in. Okay. I have this habit of always zooming in and then turning the camera around to my face, so like, yeah, you guys don't see all this. What else did I get? Oh, the internet is blowing up on me right now. I bought myself a 256 what is this, gigabyte card for my camera that I'm talking to you in, so that when I'm on my trip I can record longer and harder and faster. I got some feathers that match this really well for my hat, so you can call me macaroni. And I'm not sure. I also had these guys that are slightly smaller and whiter, so I think I'll use these ones. But I mean, this hat is really small, like ridiculously small. Let me go get it. Okay, there's the little bowler. There's the hat I'm considering wearing, and like it is like half the size of it. But just for giggles, I brought out my tiny clip-on hat. It's like Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear. This actually just has a clip on it, so you can shove it in. I wear this to tea because I think it's very funny. It's probably only funny to me and my girlfriends, but I still think it's very funny. So what I'm gonna probably do is take off. I don't even know if I'll take it off. Maybe I'll just go over it. Oh, that might be really thick, but maybe it's fine. So I was gonna take some of this fabric and stabilize it with a iron-on stabilizer, and then cut it on the bias, and then make bias tape and rewrap this brim with that. And then I was gonna make some sort of hat band and have some ribbon, so I have to look at what kind of ribbon I have. I went to the store to look for ribbon, but they only had like hateful colors. So I was like, no, not doing it. So I didn't buy that, so I'll have to dig through what I have, and if I have to, I can make ribbon like out of this basically, or this silk, so I can do that. And then I was gonna put a feather in it, but like this feather is enormous compared to the hat, and I will curl it and I will cut it down a little bit, but still that's like ridiculous. But I might do it anyway because it's Victorian, and what is Victorian if not ridiculous? So well, I mean, look at how big these feathers are compared to this hat. I mean, they come up pretty far, like compared to where the hat stops, which is way down here. So I really like this tulle situation. What I was gonna do is also make like a ribbon cockade or something, and then have a whole bunch of brown ribbons like flowing out of the back of it to like flow down my hair. So we'll see about that too. So Okay, I'm gonna put some of this stuff back up so that I don't have to sit here staring at it. I'm gonna put this guy on the mannequin so that I don't have to worry about ruining it. And then I'm gonna talk you through the plan change. You should have heard my gasp. I put the pin through here and then through here because that's what's supposed to do, is hold it down. Do you see this line? That happened. It was way worse a minute ago, so I'm hoping I can steam it out, but I'm like mortified right now. So maybe there will be no pins there, because now I'm horrified. Maybe I'll just put them on the lapel, but dude, stress. It's going away as I pull on it, so I'm gonna try to steam it out as much as possible, but it's still definitely there. Lame. So while I attempt to not freak out about that situation, I'm going through my ribbons. This ribbon is very close in color, so I'm going to put that aside, although it's really big, like that's awfully wide to stick there. So I'm trying to find something that's a bit smaller. But usually what I'm trying to do when I'm buying ribbon is find ribbon that's bigger, because it's really hard to find big ribbon usually, and it's pretty easy to find small ribbon. Although I went to Joann and I couldn't find, like, look at how massive this ribbon is. I have giant man hands, by the way, so that's actually really big. That's probably like 3 or 4 inches wide. It's the perfect color. It's just not the right ribbon. Anyway, that's like too dark. This is like what they had at Joann's, was this color. I'll put it next to the hat so you can see how it wouldn't work. See, it's just not the right color. Anyway, I got most of these actually at Costume College. There's a woman who comes and sells vintage ribbon. And I'm like, I will take this whole basket. And she's like, all right, cool, $20. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to tell you why that's, oh my God, look at that. Although it's slightly damaged here, but I think after that it's fine. So, oh, so good. Or this guy. That's vintage silk. I don't know when I would need this like weird blue, brown, gray silk, but there it is. And it's like crazy wide, like 7 or 8 inches. Anyway, I'm gonna dig through this and try to see if I can find anything. So far that cream is the best thing. I might have to like fold it in half, we'll see. Okay, so I found this, which is actually thin. I'm like, how can I reach these kids? Sorry, a little Edward James almost moment. And that actually like looks really good against the jacket. So I was thinking I could double this up, like make it twice as wide by maybe stitching them together. I mean, that's some like ridiculous hand. Ugh, okay. See, that looks pretty good. Hand stitching, but I think it might look awesome. So I'm gonna do a little testy test and see how that goes. And see how complicated that is, but I don't know. Bernadette sewed all that lace together. I should be able to sew 2 ribbons together. So yeah, that might be a plan for a hat band. We'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna test a whole bunch of stuff right now because I'm testing out this tripod, and so far I think it's awesome. But also now it looks like I'm in a classroom. Also, my sound on my camera might be a little bit different because it's hard to talk on a G7X from far away, so sorry about if there's weird sound quality for this. Anyway, this is Watson. It's almost done. As we can see, the hat trim is the last thing I have to do. There are a couple things I could do, but I'm not gonna. I did just iron that weird line and it mostly went away, so I'm a little freaked out now. Cool. Just not gonna mess with it. Iron Man. I am gonna actually put something else on the board. Crazy talk. I don't know if this is the right pen. It's probably not. This is probably this orange one. I want to put horsehair braid. I can spell H-O-R-S-E hair braid on this board. That's not gonna happen right now. So, I actually already did this. Inspecting the trim and sewing it down. I looked at it, it looks fine. So I'll look at it more when I put this in. So, okay, the only thing I have to do for this is a wig. I'm planning on a hedgehoggy kind of wig because the hat goes with a hedgehoggy kind of wig, so we'll see how that goes. Regency is almost done. Spencer's getting made at Costume College. Hat is TBD. I have a hat that's like okay, and I could bring it. I think I might want to retrim it. I don't know. It's a Mela hat from Mela, who does like all the Disney hats and stuff. She's amazing. But I don't love the trim. I got it from someone else who loved the trim, but I really wanted the hat. So I don't know. I might futz with it. We'll see. And I gotta figure out if the hair in my hat is no problem because I just put it in a bun. It's done. Maybe I need some like curly things. I don't know. We'll see. Reticule. Woo woo woo. My friend Lynn is loaning me a reticule. Woo, woo, woo. And a fan, because she's so awesome. That will go with both of my Regency outfits. She is amazing. I do need to make belts. Okay, so then there's this Regency evening dress. We got given new baggage allowances today and a new trip itinerary. I have so much to say about this trip right now. I'm just gonna say it. When the trip was sold to us, we were told we were gonna do a costumed event in La Petite Trianon in Versailles. She should have known before she even sold the trip that you can't do that because they don't allow costuming there. So I signed up for it almost exclusively for that part. Okay, so that's not happening. We're not going to, I thought we were gonna not do that. We were gonna go to this other chateau where we're having a luncheon and we can costume there and whatever, which is what my 18th century is for. But I thought we were also gonna get to go to Versailles. We're not going to Versailles at all on this trip. And that kind of makes me really angry because that's the reason I signed up for this trip, was to go to Versailles and be in costume, but also to go to Versailles. So I'm kind of pissed. And then there were a bunch of people that were added on as the teachers, and the people who are the teachers now are awesome. Like, I love Barbara, she's rad, and Zach Pinsett is awesome, but Luca was supposed to be one of our teachers and he backed out of it, and that was a big selling point for me for this trip too. Lastly, we did get told ahead of time what the luggage allowance was going to be, which was told to us as like 1 medium large bag, 1 carry-on, and 1 personal item. And to me, that means a medium large bag, a rolly bag, and a backpack full of stuff, right? No, we get told like the medium large bag is still kind of a medium large bag, and that's what it's going to be, period, end of subject. So that's what I'm bringing. But then for the carry-on, she's like, think about a briefcase, like that size, like slim backpack. And I'm like, no, you bring the biggest possible backpack you can bring. Actually, for that piece of article for your carry-on, you bring a rolly bag, and then you also bring a backpack as your personal item. And she says for your personal item, you basically get like she's saying an envelope purse, basically something that like you can fit your passport and tickets in, and that's it. And I'm like, no, who does that? Like, especially when you're traveling with a bunch of costumes. So our baggage allowance basically, like, she told us what they were, but I was thinking that was like what normal things are for that. And she's clarifying and saying, no, it's this little thing. And so basically, like, I don't know, I feel like I have regret about going on this trip. It was expensive. It was like thousands of dollars, and it isn't gonna be, and also you think you're gonna go on a costuming trip and there's gonna be a bunch of costuming involved, and there's really only 2 days of costuming. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed at this point. I'm still gonna go on it. It is still gonna be fun. I'm still gonna have a really good time. I'm still gonna learn about costuming stuff. There's still gonna be costumes to look at. I'm still gonna go get taught by people who are, you know, experts at costuming. I'm just like sad that it isn't at all what I signed up for. And like, if you're gonna go on a costuming trip, you have to acknowledge that everybody's gonna need more baggage. Like, you can't put this kind of limitation on it, and it's just getting more and more and more strict. So I'm kind of angry. That's what I have to say about it right now. So here's what's gonna happen from that. I did find like a semi-solution for how much baggage there is. So I'm gonna go early. Oh, that's the other thing, is she doesn't account for the fact that you may not be just going on this trip. You may also be going on like more days than that, and I'm going 5 days beforehand and I'm going 5 days afterwards, so I need an additional 10 days worth of clothing in this like one medium bag. And no, I'm just like, what? It's ridiculous to assume, like it's just so ridiculous. Anyway, so I found a kind of solution, which is the Eurostar back from France on the way to Bath is picking up us up at St. Pancras station. So I could theoretically drop a bag there because they have what they call left luggage there. So you can basically have them hold your luggage there. So I can bring two big bags, and then put one bag in storage, go do the first half of the trip, come back through St. Pancras, switch my bags out so I still only have one bag for the train ride to Bath, and then that is actually only like 2 days, 3 days, and then I could come back, because I'm going back to London afterwards to hang out for like 5 days afterwards, and I will be in London, so I can go back to St. Pancras station, pick up the second bag, and then have it in my hotel, which is largely what I think I'm going to do. That's kind of a pain because like in the middle of the train station, I'm gonna have to open up both bags and transfer the stuff that needs to go, like all my toiletries and stuff like that need to go from one bag to the other still. So, and I can't, I mean, I guess I could pack 2 sets of toiletries, that's fine, but there's other stuff, like I bring my blanket and I bring my pillow and I bring a bunch of other stuff with me that I really want to have, and so I could live without it for 2 days for Bath, that's probably fine. But there is stuff I'm gonna have to transfer, and that kind of sucks, and I'm just like meh. So that's how I feel. Okay, so what that means is I'm gonna scrap this dress. I will do it. I will make a Regency evening dress when I get back, I'm sure. But I'm gonna just bring this day dress, and I'm gonna take the sleeves out of it because they're long and I kind of hate them anyway. And I'm gonna make shorter sleeves and put them on the dress. That way, when I go for the promenade, which is the day event where, so the other thing is like, you're at a promenade, like I need a bonnet. Like, do you know how big a bonnet is? They're massive. Like I have one up there, it's huge. Like how am I supposed to put that in a suitcase? Anyway, so I'm gonna, I guess I could put it in a hat box and then carry it and leave it at left luggage. Anyway, so, I'm gonna take the sleeves out of this guy. I'm gonna make them shorter sleeves that are cute, and I'm gonna make a bunch of belts that I can change out the colors of. So I'll see what colors I have of silk and stuff and do that. So that I can wear it with a spencer and a bonnet for the day event, and I'm gonna wear the same shoes, so I'm just gonna wear boots to both events. And then for the evening, I will change out the belt, make it cuter, get some gloves, and like figure out a turban or something for my hair so that it's cute, so it fancies it up a little bit, and maybe put some jewelry on. Rather than make a whole other dress and have to bring 2 more levels of clothing and stuff. And I know that's still a suitcase that I'm gonna leave at found luggage and stuff, but I'm also gonna have to have it like another 7 or 8 days worth of muggle clothes in that suitcase, so I feel like I don't wanna stress myself out making a dress for a trip that I'm not like super pumped on anyway, and I can make this dress work. So that's what I'm gonna do, because there's also like, I was gonna bring a rolly bag also and a backpack and like have a bunch of extra room that I'm not gonna have anymore for shoes and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is the decision I made. I'm just gonna scrap this dress, which makes me super sad, but I will make it. I'm just not gonna make it for this trip. So I'm only bringing 2, bringing 18th Century and a Regency. Actually very close, so I can use the same stuff, like the same stockings and the same chemise and stuff like that for both of these, so it's not gonna be a big deal, but that's how I feel about this. Okay. I'm still gonna have a good time. It's still gonna be an awesome trip. I will still have fun. I'm still going to Europe. There are a bunch of my friends that are gonna be on this trip, so it's still gonna be an awesome time. It's just not the dream that I expected it to be. So I will have to make my own dream costuming trip is what I've decided. Like, I just have to figure out a way to do this on my own and be able to bring as much luggage as I want, and I'm not really sure what about it is so hard to bring so much luggage, but she says there's an exorbitant fees and stuff, and I'm like, well, maybe we shouldn't be traveling the way we're traveling then. Like, I would just figure it out. Like, if it costs me extra money to travel with an extra bag on the plane and I pay for that, like, why is that a problem? So I think trains are an issue because we have to keep track of our own luggage and stuff. So anyway, I will do this myself and I will do it the way I want to later. This is not that trip. So I'm gonna cut my losses, not stress myself out in the next month, because what that means is in the next month I have to focus on this dress and this dress only, and like what it takes to make this dress go to both things. So like I'll need to figure out what my hair will look like. I'll need to figure out like maybe a turban situation. I'll need to figure out that kind of stuff. So, and if I can figure out how, if I have a wig here and I figure out how to do my hair for these in a way that doesn't require me to have giant sets of curlers with me, that will save some luggage room also. So okay, now you know. Now you know what I know. I'm gonna go back to trimming this hat because trimming the hat makes me happy. You know what? I also think, oh, I have it here. I can show you my tattoo. I'm like, can I? Yeah, that's it. People were wondering what this is. It's Hogwarts Castle. It has a Durmstrang ship. It actually has a little skull on the back of the ship, which is like my favorite part of this whole thing. I brought her a sketch of a castle that was like super sketchy, but it was a tattoo. And then I also wanted some watercolor in there, so she just left the castle sketchy and then put some background in. There is a hidden Mickey or two here, back there. For those of you keeping track. I do have one more tattoo. It's on my back. It's a Celtic love knot and it's totally blown out, and I got it when I was 18, so someday it will be a cover up. I want to get a Victorian hot air balloon that goes up like halfway up my back, but that's a bunch of appointments. I would really like to find someone who's closer to me or who will let me sit longer for them so I don't have to keep driving up to Oakland to get them. So, because that's an hour away and it's usually on weekdays and that's rough, so. Okay, it has occurred to me that I cannot put this on this hat yet because I need to put feathers on the hat first, because the whole point of this is it covers up some of where the feathers are. Although, I don't think anyone thinks that feathers magically grow out of hats anyway. Oh, I found this too and this looks really awesome. I don't even know where I got it. Probably at Costume College. I like want to open it up and find out what this looks like. Maybe some other time. If anybody's wondering what that's for, I'm gonna make like a trim making board, and I'm gonna film a whole video on it. So that's coming soon, probably after Costume College and maybe after my trip. We'll see. Although I have to make a lot of trim for my 18th century, so I might make it first. Okay, so I'm gonna play with some of these feathers and see how that goes, and see if any of it looks good on here. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you while I thread. So I did a time lapse, but I think it's probably gonna be garbage. If you didn't just see it, which you probably didn't, then I don't know. It's really hard to like figure out this stuff anyway, and trying to do it on camera is also a pain, so I'm actually gonna figure a bunch of it out like real time here. So I'm just threading and waxing a needle. I use Thread Heaven for people who don't know what that is. It looks like this. I think I got it on Amazon or my store had it. I don't understand how to sew with one thread. I always do double thread needles. So no one ever taught me how to sew with one, so that's what's happening. Since you just get to see it, what happened was I made this strap. It's actually stitched together, so if you ever see something that's like fairly luxurious, like let me go get a regular one. This is what a single feather looks like. Like, see how I can like see through it and stuff? It's not that big of a deal, but if you ever see one that's like super fluffy and luxurious like this one is, this is actually 3 feathers that are just sewn together, and if you look carefully you can see my stitches. I probably did it completely wrong, so it's probably great that you can't see that time lapse because it's probably a horrible example. And I don't want Lynn, because Lynn watches these videos, to see my horrible technique. And actually I got 20 bucks that she's gonna walk up to me and look at my hat and been like, oh, you could just blah 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 and it would be so much better. And I'm gonna be like, oh, because she's like amazing. She just like looks at a hat and like understands what it needs to be its fullest potential immediately. I don't know how she does it. It's like her God-given superpower, and I am super jealous of that. Anyway, I am going to do the best I can because I do not have the superpower. And she will come fix my hat later, probably. I am gonna flip the hat band inside out. I don't even know why there's a hat band on here, because you can't put this on your head. So there's like no point in this little thingy that's here. So cool. I'm gonna try to not have to stitch through it though. So I curled this also just by taking a pair of scissors, like I do it actually on the just with them closed, and I just hold it and like bend it and go. And like when you get down to the bottom, you start hearing it like crackle a little bit. That means the shaft is breaking, which means you can never unbend it. But in this case, that's okay, because this is like a cheap hat that's just for this costume and it's super cute. So, and then I just whip stitch stuff on here, and I'm just gonna whip stitch a bunch of stuff on here to like hold it, and then I'll throw a hat band on top and it'll look great. And that is my plan. We'll see how that goes. Oh, you could use a big fat needle, but I don't know if it'll go through this hat because it's felt and it's thick, and it's not plastic, but it's definitely like rough. I always also like look for my needle first. Oh, I am going through the hat band, aren't I? Look through my needle because I will stab myself super bad doing this. And I just tack on like 2 or 3 spots basically, and then add another feather. And I come in like between the feather bits and try to like not disturb them as much as possible, but you also have to like hold the feather at the same time. This whole thing is just kind of rough. So forgive yourself if you do it and it's weird. Nobody cares. Nobody cares but you. That's the thing I've learned about costuming, is like literally nobody cares but you. You are the biggest critic and also the only one who cares what I mean, everybody's excited about your costume and stuff, but like honestly the little things that are wrong with it, nobody sees them but you. And if they do and they're rude enough to say something, they can suck it. That's my opinion. And if they do and you know who they are, come find me and I will yell at them for you and tell them that they're rude. I don't like rude people. Everyone should be told their costume is beautiful, period, based on the amount of work that went into it. Like, that's just courteousness. And obviously there's some costumes that are like amazing and whatever, and everybody oohs and ahs over them, but like honestly everybody works really hard on whatever they brought and they're really proud of it. So I'm an A for effort person. All right, I think this is gonna get hinky, and then when it gets hinky you could just take your needle and like fluff out the feathers. Yeah, okay, so that's good. It's sticking in there pretty well. So I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 more stitches on this guy because it's big and I want it to be sturdily on here. And I'm gonna put other feathers in front of this, so it's okay if it's a little weird. You know what, it's okay if it's a little weird even if I wasn't. It's a Victorian hat. Like honestly, they were like, visible stitches are a thing, people. Where is that stitch held? Should I go higher? When in doubt, go higher. That's what I think. Like, put 1 more stitch a little bit higher. Because it's like the trifecta of holding that you need. Oh, I'm between them. How weird. And my thread won't come through. What's going on? Is there a knot? There's a knot in here. No. That'll make it almost impossible to pull through. Like if this was fabric, I could pull it through, but... Oh, okay. Never mind, I'm big liar. Big chicken liar. Liar. So yeah, I'm just like stitching. Now every stitch is gonna have that pop as I do it. This happened with my trim a bunch of times, where I was sewing on the trim and there was, oh, really trying to do this. Something pointy is always helpful, because you can grab that one thing that won't behave and move it out of the way. Come on, come out. There you go. You can be with us. Be with us. It's great out here. You don't even belong there. Okay, that's on there pretty sturdily. And it's only gonna get sturdier. I'm just gonna start, what I think I'm gonna do is put a couple of these other feathers with the curly cues, which I think are cute, also on here, but like the stem goes next to it so it doesn't make a big bulky blob. And then I'll put 2 of these on here maybe. And then also maybe a few of these little ducky schmucks. I don't know, what do we think? Do we need those? Maybe it looks good with just these. Yeah, I think so, just these. So I'm just gonna stitch these on real quick, and then start putting the hat band on. So that's how that happens. I like literally just do that until I'm satisfied with it. Remember, it doesn't matter if anyone else is satisfied with it but you. Okay, I went for a walk with my husband, so we disappeared for a little while. So I got one band on and I started putting the second one on, and I actually like it better with one band. So this is where we're at with it. I made some little tails to come off behind, which I like. I'm thinking about covering a button in that fabric and sticking it here, and then maybe not doing the edge trim in that fabric. I think it might just be too much. So I'm trying to figure out, I want to put something like right here, but I don't know what. So I guess I could put the deerstalker there, maybe, we'll see. Anyway, gonna think about things for a little bit. It's pretty late, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep tonight, and get into this again tomorrow. It's Sunday. It's super late. It's probably Monday by now. But I spent the day having tea with my girls, which was really awesome. I'll put a picture of my tea spread. So good. And then I went to see Rodrigo and Gabriella. I'll put a picture of that here. And that was lovely. I also did a bunch of like house maintenance stuff. Like I needed to go, oh, my husband's work is doing like a, I don't even know how to put this. They're making kits for homeless people, so they needed like shampoo and conditioner and deodorant and body wash and razors and small towels and socks and stuff like that. So I went to Target and spent an hour buying tiny things for people, so that we could donate actual stuff. Anyway, I did manage to finish up my hat, so that's great. I think the only thing that I have to do tomorrow is put a closure. I mean, I don't really have to. I could just use a safety pin, but I'm gonna put a closure on my overskirt for Lady Watson. So I'll report back on that tomorrow. And then I would like to put horsehair braid in Iron Man, so I'll probably try to do that tomorrow. And then I think I am like 100% ready for costume college minus packing, so I'll start doing that. I'm so excited to be like done with that. So excited. Oh, let me show you the hat. So I made a giant button to like cover up the back of this, so this is what that looks like, little downy things. And then I made a little cockadey situation on a ribbon to cover up the bottom of the feathers, and I like the feathers. I think this one's like super cockeyed and there's nothing I can really do about it at this point, but I think it's actually kind of okay. And then I'm gonna stick a hat pin in it and call it good. So that's all good to go. And with that, I get to do a couple of things that are amazing. I get to first come over here and boop that and then I get to do this crazy thing. What? So that's exciting. I also erased this. I need to fill out the stuff I need to do. Like I need to make a turban and figure out my hair and like I get gloves and stuff like that. So I'll put that stuff up here for that. So that still like has items to do, but fortunately those items are not make a whole nother dress and underdress right now. So I'm feeling still solid about that decision, so I'm gonna stick with it. And yeah, I hope my rant about that was not horrible for all y'all. I'm just keeping it real. So I'm gonna go to bed. This is just a quick update to show you that I did this. People really like it when I cross stuff up the board, so I'm doing it with you to show you that it got done. Well, my hair is crazy really. I just washed it, so it like gets crazy at first. Okay, I'm feeling really good about costume colors, so that's awesome. I'm pretty much ready to go. I think I need to put new batteries in Iron Man's like chest piece, but other than that, should be good. I'll get all that taken care of tomorrow, and then I'll start packing. I don't know if I'm gonna show packing. It's not that exciting because I'm going in my car, guys. Like, I'm gonna drive, and I'm gonna take you with me, and you'll go in the car too. So, there's no like special packing. Like everyone's like, ooh, what is it like when you pack? And I'm like, I throw some stuff in a suitcase and then I go. And even then I'm not gonna throw this stuff in the suitcase. I'm gonna put the hangers into a hanger bag and put it in the back of my car. So it's not really that exciting. But maybe when I go to Europe, I guess. I'm only bringing 2 costumes though, so it's not really that big of a deal. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's nice to see her in the background, like fully formed. I see her every time I walk in the door and I'm just like, oh, there you are. You're like a thing I thought about like, I don't know, like a year ago, and then I was like, yeah, let's do it. And now it's real. This is like the best part, is when it's actually done and you get to wear it. Okay, I'm a giant liar. There is something that is interesting that I do about packing, which is whenever I make a costume, I get one of these bags, and it can be this size or a smaller one or whatever. These ones are made by Eagle Creek. They're called packing cubes, and I use them to travel with also. But there's like Amazon carries different kinds and stuff, depends if you want. I just happen to like these ones the best. Anyway, I get one of these and I assign it a costume. So like this is Iron Man's costume one, and it basically has everything I need for Iron Man in it. It has extra batteries, it has like the light up pack, it has the gloves, which have a hole in them, oh my god. You know, anything I might need. There's randomly a screwdriver in here, definitely some thread, some extra buttons, lots of batteries, extra lights, like that kind of stuff are all in here. And I just keep this like this, and then I bring it with me when I go, and then everything I need for that costume is in here, and I have one for every costume I have. So that is the one interesting thing I do for packing, where it's just like I basically always have it pre-packed. Hey guys, it's Monday. It's Monday. And this is my last entry before we go to costume college, so the next time I talk to you will be from there, so that'll be really fun. I'm driving there on Wednesday. I probably do a vlog that is like Wednesday in the car, and then Thursday, because costume college technically starts on Friday. But Kathy and I are gonna go to the fabric district on Thursday, so that should be super fun. And I'll talk to you guys on my drive down and stuff like that. So, and then Thursday night is the pool party, so I'll put footage in from that too. So you guys will expect a vlog maybe Thursday night, Friday morning. And then I'm gonna try to vlog each day after that. I don't know if that's gonna work out, but I'm gonna certainly try. If it doesn't work out, then I'll just combine 2 days into one, but I'll get you vlogs as soon as I possibly can. It just depends on like how late I'm out having fun, because I still have to edit the vlog, you know, that's not like free time, and then I have to upload it, and I have to assume the Wi-Fi works well, and blah blah blah. So I'll get you vlogs as soon as possible so that you guys can feel like you're here with us. She's done, so I put her all together. It's really hard to show you her for some reason. Oh, because my camera doesn't go sideways on video. Let me come around back. I feel like that hat is really funny. It's like Beetlejuice when that guy like shrinks the head. That's the hat that goes on the little head. Oh. Here's my other kitty, Charlotte, or one of the other kitties. One of 7. Charlotte. Hi, baby girl. She's a little kitten. Well, she's a year old now, but she's still very small. She is my guardian kitty who sits on this box outside my, this is a chair that I apparently don't need anymore, but anyway. Now you guys have met 2 of my cats. That's Keanu, that's always coming in and crying. Anyway, I'm thinking about wrapping this vlog up. I did want to mention for any of you guys who are like having the urge to tell me how to pack for this trip that I'm complaining about, don't worry about it. Like, I know how to pack and I know how to cut corners, and I know that I could take a bonnet that packs flat, but that's kind of not the point. I mean, I've spent like $11,000 on this trip at this point, so like, I want to wear my most badass bonnet in Bath. I want to wear a hard one that is awesome and looks like it comes out of Vanity Fair and makes me look amazing. I don't want one that's been smashed in my luggage flat for 2 weeks before I get to wear it. Like, that's kind of against the point of going to the Jane Austen Festival in Bath, right? So I know a lot of you will have the urge to tell me all the things that I could do to cut corners. I don't want to do those things. Like, I don't want to do my laundry the whole time through it. That's not really my jam. So anyway, I do appreciate all of your love and advice though. You guys have been with me doing this project since February. Well, a lot of you have. Some of you are brand new, and welcome. Welcome to my vlog of bitching. I don't usually bitch in these vlogs. Usually I procrastinate and then I sew. But yeah, you guys have been wonderful about giving me like advice, and I have actually taken some of that advice. But I just was like, they're all gonna tell me to pack less stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, I am very excited about going to costume college, and I will see you guys very soon from there. Probably Thursday night or Friday I will put up another vlog for you. So if you like this vlog, give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below. Tell me what you think about all this. Tell me what you think about me and the problems I'm having with this if you want to. And I'm excited to talk to you guys. I love talking to you guys in the comments because you're all awesome and you all have like such good advice and such good like reasoned thoughts, and I get so much help from you guys. The comment section is like, I feel so weird that the comment section is like a place I want to be at. That's very strange, especially for the internet. Anyway, give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys on Thursday from costume college. Bye.